Stay tuned for
I'll be
threats,
calling the cops.
accusations, comebacks, fails, and one salty honk. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. This video takes place on the same corner where I was arrested just 2 days earlier when this man, a local chiropractor we'll call Darren, called the police on me for recording in public on the corner across the street from his office. That call brought this man, Officer Darrell Whitley, who unlawfully arrested me for peacefully recording his patrol vehicle from the sidewalk. I can only assume that the chiropractor was in this guy's ear, and that's why he has such a big chip on his shoulder. The guy in this video who we'll refer to as Darren number 2. Now before I go too far, take note of this white dot. Let me zoom in a little closer. Still can't see it? All right, let me zoom in a little bit closer. There. Now remember that white dot, because in a minute, I'm going to get accused of filming him inside the office. And I mean, take a look. This is all that can be seen. So I catch this guy coming out from the corner of my eye, and I spin around so I don't have my back turned. And he's mean mugging me the whole way. His walk reminded me of Bigfoot, you know, the Patterson-Gimlin film.
Wonder why you keep moving it.
To get different angles. Why do you give a fuck?
I give a fuck.
Well, good for you. You know, I purposefully didn't follow him with the camera, and he still had to make a comment, so that ticked me off. Then he goes all the way down the block to his car and comes back holding his phone up. I don't even know if it was recording.
Excuse me, sir. I know you have your thing on. Why were you filming me as I was in the building across the street?
There's the accusation, and it's just so preposterous. It just makes me laugh. At no point was I filming him. So he just sits here like tapping and scrolling, and I don't know, he holds his phone up and he puts it down. So I pose for him with my middle finger up. Get a good shot?
No, not yet. Hold on.
All right. But he wasn't ready yet. Obviously, he doesn't know how to work his own phone. I don't know if he ever took a photo or a video of me at all. I mean, come on, what is he doing? Is he sending a text message? I just don't get it.
Okay, now.
So he lets me know that he's finally ready to get the shot.
Why don't you give me the finger again?
I back up just so there's no chance that anybody will say that I was being aggressive.
You get it? Sure did. Thank you.
You're welcome. I step back quite a few feet and I proceed to give him the finger again. I guess he thought it was illegal or something. And then he approaches me kind of aggressively.
Have a good day.
You too.
I'll be calling the cops.
Takes a picture under my cap.
Feel free. That's your right.
He's lucky I didn't hit him or something. So at this point, he threatens me with the police and he heads back to his car for another session of scrolling and tapping. I start to feel bad for him. This is at 3 times speed. Again, the poor man is just lost, and then look, he can't even get into his own vehicle. Takes him 3 tries, and he finally succeeds. Congratulations, my man. Now the waiting game begins. But alas, there are more interesting sights to behold.
Leaving all the way up there.
Crikey, have a look over here, mate. It's the rare and elusive Bond Street beauty, spotted in her natural habitat. Notice the graceful wave, elegant, alert, truly a magnificent specimen.
She didn't see you.
Behavioral note, sudden glance back, classic sign of curiosity. Oh yes, the fauna is flourishing.
He ended up sitting there for a good 20 minutes, I would have to say. I really didn't calculate it, but it was quite a while. I guess he finally realized that the police were not going to come and decided to leave.
Here he goes. Bye-bye. See you later.
And then just honked his horn in my face as he left. His last hurrah. So I stuck around and continued to document the area, and surprise, surprise, police never showed.
Yes, sir. I'm just flaunting my First Amendment rights.
I get it.
Just recording in public.
I get it.
Freedom of press.
So apparently the joke was on me, and a few days later, this arrived in the mail. Another summons, the second harassment charge from Patrick Connolly. All right, so here's the charge. It's 2C33-4A. This statute actually has many parts, but they're only charging me with Part A. I'll get to that in a second. All right, let's see what the actual complaint says. The defendant was filming outside the complainant's office while there was a patient entering and leaving the office building. This has not happened on 3 different occasions, and the defendant stated he would be back all week. This has not happened on 3 different occasions. That's very interesting. I don't know what his complaint is if he's saying this has not happened. But seriously, where's the crime in any of this? Since when is it harassment to be recording outside of an office building where people are coming and going? There is no crime there. Let's take a look at the statute as it's written. And remember, this statute has like 5 parts, but only the first part, Part A, applies. All right, let me read this. A person commits a petty disorderly person's offense if with purpose to harass another, he makes or causes to be made one or more communications anonymously or at extremely inconvenient hours or in offensively coarse language or any other manner likely to cause annoyance or alarm. All right, let's break this down little by little. So first off, it starts with a person commits harassment if with purpose to harass another. That's the first hurdle. I mean, they have to prove my intent was to harass, but my purpose wasn't harassment. It was accountability. I was filming in public, which is completely lawful. I wasn't targeting anyone with the goal of bothering them. Intent matters, and mine was never harassment. Next part, he makes or causes to be made a communication or communications. This statute is about communication, like, I don't know, phone calls, texts, in-your-face comments, not silent filming from a public sidewalk across the street, nonetheless. I mean, I never communicated with him whatsoever. Recording is not a communication directed at Patrick Connolly or his patients. And then it lists types of communication: anonymously or at extremely inconvenient hours or in offensively coarse language. Again, I didn't communicate with him at all. I was not anonymous. I was right out in broad daylight, not at any extremely inconvenient hours. And finally, in any other manner likely to cause annoyance or alarm. And here's maybe where they stretch it. I mean, just because someone is annoyed by a camera doesn't make it harassment. If that were true, every tourist, every news crew, every person with a phone on a public street would be guilty. The law doesn't criminalize discomfort. It criminalizes intentional harassment. When you look at Section A line by line, none of it fits. My intent was never harassment. I didn't communicate in the ways the law describes, and filming in public isn't alarming conduct. This charge is a misuse of the statute, plain and simple. You know, now after putting this all together, I'm starting to question the constitutionality of this entire statute. Look at the language here. Causes to be made one or more communications. So if I make one offensively coarse communication to somebody, that is harassment. What happened to freedom of speech? Don't we have freedom of speech? Who's to determine what's offensively coarse? And then to say any other manner, that is about as vague as can be. So I have questions. Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for sticking around if you did, and love to hear your thoughts in the comments section. Please hit the like button and subscribe to Public Enemy number 1A. I'll see you on the next one.